I want you to know you missed some wonderful broadcasting this morning. I am so stupid. I am sorry. I'm humiliated. I'm begging for help. And I'm begging for the prayers of coincidence to shut up. You're not doing a thing for humanity. No matter who you're applying that to, and applying to me, it's working. I have one coincidence. And a dad 55 when I was born that couldn't explain his way out of a paper bag. Now you're adding to that. Don't! Use your hands and wits and come to my door and give me a hand. Or shut up about me. Talk about you, talk about humanity, talk about the children, and leave me alone. Do you understand me? Or don't find me in another time. If there's a metamorphosis, you won't like me. In fact, if there's a grocery store, you might not like me. I figured out you did that. I might ask you why. That's all. And I've seen just a simple why to a lot of you just run from me at the grocery store. A man once at work kept calling me Jew boy. I saw him at the grocery store one time with his wife. I said, now you explain in front of her why you kept calling me Jew boy. Her and him both pooped and ran. That's what he called me at work. Jew boy. Go on home, Jew boy, he'd say. I was a journeyman electrician that served a 4-year apprenticeship sitting at a police officer's desk, a chief of police officer's desk, and he called me a Jew boy and told me to go home. 4F with a DNF average, the banjo player in Deliverance, journeyman wireman, and I wasn't that bad. One guy said, you're the best I've ever found. He was talking about my heart. Because a journeyman wireman is a heart assigned to anything and everything. And we'll do it for you. You want to bet? Like a Marine, very usable man. They build them where I came from. They build that. That's what they build. A warrior in labor for living. And you die there. Boy! Or get out! That's the way I was raised. My dad raised me that way first, and the challenge of humanity is that. So it matched everything. I just didn't find it matched much on the west side of the Mississippi at all. Do you? Sometimes the people that migrate here, yes. And they can't call them migrators when they won't do here. The west side of the Mississippi, in some ways, I think is more dynamic than the east side of it. It doesn't live that way at all. It doesn't. There's two nations in the United States, west side and east side of the Mississippi River. Why not bet? Mm-hmm. Wonder why, when you look at the history of the place. Why would that happen? Spalding. Trying to give you something to think about and change the conversation. Draw different lines, battle lines on the floor, and face different enemies than you're facing now because you're chasing your tail, humanity. You just look like something in the middle of an ocean going with one oar. Wrong. It's because there's one planet turning one direction. I tell you, it's misleading as the day is long, I know. One of anything. One doesn't work. One bus company in town don't work. A lot more challenge than one bus company can handle. The vision for one doesn't work. No vision. Lacks. A lot of things. One currency, you need 5 currencies. You got 5 years, you got 5 currencies. You don't do it, get out. Divide your property up and sell it. Your neighbors get to bid on it first. They can't bid on it because it's a debt. Every state is a debt here. Every state, debt. Every nation, debt. You see yourself a debt? I'll tell you, behind the scenes, by God, they're reminded emphatically they are. Do the citizens see themselves an international debt? Do you, Egypt? Democracy? You're in debt! I'm lucky you got fed. I don't know what's going to feed you now. I have no idea. You just tore up your meal ticket. You're stupid. I don't know what you're going to do. This is a fragile situation right now, and it ain't the time to have a temper tantrum. No, it ain't. This is an international fragile situation. Temper tantrum, stop! Now! Move! There's children here. Move! This is a human situation. It's not a state situation when you don't even know what state is. Do you know the devotion of state? Then shut up! Don't ask the state for nothing unless you understand the devotion of it. Don't!